You give a man a fish and you feed him for a day. You teach him how to fish and you feed him for a lifetime. So ladies and gentlemen, today, in that same spirit, I'm going to teach you how to craft $10,000 offers using the exact 3-level blueprint that's helped me generate tens of millions of dollars at the age of 24. And most importantly, I've taught this to thousands of others to do the same. This is a methodology that I have literally crafted over the space of the last decade and that I'm openly sharing with you so that way you can achieve success as well. And honestly, your success is almost inevitable as thousands of our students are getting great wins. Just like Linus, who is a 20-year-old from Sweden who just signed 2 clients within a week of implementing the feedback received on his offer by one of our student success coaches inside of Agency Accelerator. Or Jaden from the East Coast of Australia who recently closed his first 2 clients in just 2 days. Now listen, obviously I can't guarantee that you're gonna get the same results, but what I can 100% guarantee is that what I'm about to give you is the exact same blueprint that both of these guys used to achieve success with their $10,000 offers. So in today's video, I'm gonna show you the 3 levels of creating irresistible offers. Level 1, fundamentals of offer creation. The first level is what I like to call the gap. Look, the entire world ticks on something called the gap. Let me explain. In all things in life, there's a gap between where we are now and where we'd like to go. Where we are now is what is known as the current state, and where we'd like to get to is the desired state. Now, this concept typically revolves around health, wealth, and relationships. For example, imagine my current state was that I didn't have much muscle, I was a little bit on the skinnier side, and I only weighed 70 kilos. But my desired state is to weigh 90 kilos and build a strong and muscular body that I can be proud of. The gap in between that represents the actions that I would need to take to achieve my desired state, which in this case would be making sure that obviously that I have a dialed in diet and that I stay consistent in the gym. But this gap has a painful connotation, as the motivation to close it usually comes from the pain of facing the current state. So using the getting in shape example, that would be the moment you stare at yourself in the mirror and you realize that you are not happy with your body's current state and you want to look like your desired state. We've all been there, and this is what's known as the pain to pleasure paradox. When someone can visualize a better future situation, they feel pain because they are currently not experiencing that desired state. Meaning, the more we are aware of a better circumstance, the more dissatisfied we become with the current one. And that dissatisfaction keeps growing until we cross a certain threshold that we simply cannot stand anymore. And that's when we take action for change and improvement. Now, in this case, that would be having a healthy diet and going to the gym. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the purpose of an offer. The gap identified in the example about getting in shape perfectly illustrates the principles of marketing and sales. Because listen, let me break it down for you. Your marketing and sales process should make people aware of the gap between their current state and their desired state, and make that gap so big and uncomfortable that your prospect can't help but look for a solution. And that is when your offer comes into the picture. Your offer will be the bridge that spans the gap between the current state and the desired state. And the more you can bridge this gap with the highest likelihood of achievement and as well as the least effort on your prospect's end, the more attractive the offer will be. So pay close attention, because just as I taught you, your offer will be one of the core foundations of your business success. So before we proceed in this video, I'm going to deep dive into the secrets of creating the $10,000 offer. And I'm not going to gatekeep anything. I'm going to be giving it all to you. But there's so much more information that is virtually impossible for you to remember all of it just by watching the video. So what I want you to do right now is grab a pen and paper and put your phone on airplane mode, clear out any distractions, and take notes of everything I'm going to be going over, because this is going to drastically increase your chances of implementing this knowledge correctly into your business. Because trust me, don't think that just by sitting and watching, you're going to magically learn everything. You need to take action, and the first step is paying close attention to this video and taking notes so you can apply all these systems and processes in your business. Now, the first thing you need to understand is that there are 2 types of offers. The first type is marketing offers. Marketing offers are kind of like your elevator pitch. For example, if my niche was real estate, my offer could be, I can help you get 5 deals closed in the next 90 days. However, it's very important to note that this is a marketing offer geared towards creating interest to attract potential clients, and is not something that you can guarantee to a client pen to paper in the contract, because the result could simply be out of your hands. In my opinion, as an agency owner, you should never guarantee something that is not 100% in your control. Here's why. You could bring your real estate agent the most qualified leads in the world, but if they don't know how to close well, then it's all a waste. And you legally haven't met your guarantee, even though you did your job and you did it well. And that's going to then make the client feel manipulated and will also hurt your reputation. So, how can some businesses get away with such bold offers? Well, that's because their offer is more of a promise than a guarantee, meaning they know that if they generate X amount of booked appointments over a specific time period, the most likely outcome for your clients is to close 5 deals on average. And they know for a fact they can generate a certain amount of booked appointments. But it is way more enticing to say, I'm going to help you get 5 closed deals than it is to say that I'm going to get you 30 booked appointments, or however many you actually need to close those 5 deals. So that's why you have to be very careful when using marketing offers and set clear expectations with a prospect. And this brings us onto our next type of offer, and those are sales offers. Now, these offers are what you discuss on sales calls and include in the actual terms of your contract. They are more specific and should always be within your control to deliver. Unlike marketing offers, which are designed to attract interest, sales offers need to be dependable. They outline exactly what you will deliver and what is written into the contract. As said before, you should only guarantee outcomes you can directly influence or control. For example, 30 appointments guaranteed in 90 days. This offer is concrete and measurable. You're promising to deliver a specific number of appointments within a set time frame. A commitment that's entirely under your control if you handle lead generation and appointment setting. Another example might be 30 live transfers in 6 months guaranteed, or 2 times your return on ad spend in 16 weeks guaranteed. These are a few other examples where the relationship between your sales and your marketing offers should be symbiotic. This means that the execution of a sales offer should naturally lead to the fulfillment of the marketing offer. Think of yourself as a gardener and your client's business a garden. Your sales offer is like promising to plant a specific number of seeds. So for example, appointments or leads within a certain period. And this is something completely within your control, just like planting seeds in well-prepared soil. Now, the growth of these seeds into plants, so for example, actually closing deals, increasing revenue, is influenced by factors both within as well as outside of your control, such as the weather, or in this case, the market conditions, or the soil quality. In this case, your client's sales team effectiveness. However, in the right care and conditions, the seeds you plant will grow, thus fulfilling the broader marketing offer of a beautiful, lush garden. So for example, in this case, if you promise them 5 deals closed in 90 days. Now that we understand the 2 types of offers and how to use them symbiotically, we need to know how to create one. And in order to create irrefutable $10,000 offers, there are 7 key elements that you must always include. So here are the 7 key traits of a good offer. Number 1, a good offer is made after real market research. You see, one of the most common mistakes I see beginner agency owners make is picking a service for their niche and creating their offer before finding out what their market needs. And then they wonder why they can't sign any clients. 9 out of 10 of the people they're selling their services to just simply don't need or want what they are selling because their offer was crafted based on guesses instead of facts. You need to understand the specific challenges your clients face and then craft a solution that addresses these challenges directly. Really ask yourself, what keeps my target customer up at night? How can my service provide relief or solutions to these pain points? Now, if you're having trouble identifying your client's needs or doing market research, I went ahead and created a niche research guideline with questions and steps you can take in order to better understand your ideal clients. And you can go ahead and find that link in the description. The next is a good offer is clear and concise. Listen, a confused buyer doesn't buy. I cannot stress enough how important it is to communicate each component of your offer clearly. For example, if you're providing lead generation services for solar installation businesses, break down the process into 3 easy to digest steps. For example, step 1, we create authoritative online campaigns to collect your leads. What you do. Step 2, we qualify these leads based on your specifications to ensure that they are quote ready and get rid of the time wasters, aka how you can help improve their processes. And step 3, we book the qualified leads straight into your calendar. So all you have to do is show up and seal the deal, aka how you benefit their business. It is essential to ensure that your prospects can clearly understand how your offer will achieve the promised results in a way that makes logical sense and that they can visualize. If they can't picture it happening in their minds, they won't buy. Next, make sure you give precise and tangible outcomes. Clients need to know exactly what to expect after working with your agency, whether that's an improvement on their ROI or the regained time that they get from your service. So avoid vague promises and define outcomes that are tangible and measurable. For example, if your service is to increase web traffic, specify the expected increase percentage and the timeline to achieve it. Next up, a good offer has a compelling guarantee. This makes it easier to close deals even if you're not an experienced salesperson. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail with this one because I'm going to explain it in just a bit when we get to level 2. Next up, your pricing must make sense compared to the ROI. One of the most common questions I receive is, how much do I charge my niche? And my answer is always the same. How much money can you make for your client in said niche? At the end of the day, pricing is just a value exchange between two or more parties where the value received is either proportional to or significantly exceeds the value given. I know this sounds a little fancy, but it's really a very simple concept. Listen, if I were able to generate $30,000 for my client, paying me $5,000 to achieve this result would be very justified. On the other hand, getting paid $50,000 for generating $30,000, I mean, maybe it depends how guaranteed it was. So in an ideal scenario, you always charge an amount that seems insignificant compared to the value that you bring. So the more you generate, the more you can charge. Next up, your offer needs to be simple to explain. If you can't explain your offer in less than a minute, hell, I would say even less than 20 seconds. To me, it's too complicated. And that's something I learned from Warren Buffett. He is one of the best investors in history, and it's said that he wouldn't listen to anyone that couldn't explain their business idea in less than the time it took the elevator to go from the ground floor to his office. Your offer should be straightforward enough to be quickly understood and compelling enough to feel like an easy yes for your prospect. Next, your offer should not be completely unbelievable or unrealistic. Set realistic expectations. Avoid promises that seem too good to be true. Find a balance where your offer is both ambitious but still credible. And remember, for every claim you have on your offer, you need proof to back it up. The bigger the claim, the bigger the proof needed. Now, for proof points, you can use case studies, past client results, studies, benchmarks, or simply logic. Now, when we get to level 2, we need to discuss the components of your offer. And this is where we progress to the second level of our blueprint. Now that you understand the psychology behind creating irresistible offers, you must package your offers correctly so you can clearly communicate what it is that you're offering. The components to cover when packaging your offer must include outcome. Now, obviously, this is the outcome achieved by the client as a result of claiming your offer. It is crucial you outline exactly what you will deliver, and it should always be written into the contract. So let's build an example as we go over them. An outcome could be 30 qualified booking appointments for your client's business. Next is duration. Now, obviously, duration would be how long it takes to achieve the outcome in the contract. In this case, let's say it's 90 days. Next up, we have the methodology. Now, the methodology should include easy to digest steps and an explanation as to how you go about achieving the promised outcome. And as mentioned previously in key trait 2, out of the 7 key traits of a good offer, your explanation must be clear and concise. I like to break it down into 3 steps, like I mentioned earlier. After the methodology is explained and the client now knows exactly how we're going to achieve the promised outcome, the next component should help make the offer an easy yes in the eyes of the client. And one of the ways of doing that would be a strong guarantee. Guarantees will position your agency as more valuable because you remove risk from the client's perspective. When you make them understand that there is no situation where they will be worse off after working with your agency, that increases their trust in your offer. Now, guarantees can be overwhelming at times, as they tend to be complex. So for this reason, I'm going to record a separate video explaining in depth each type of guarantee and how you can take advantage of them to make them easier to understand. But just to name a few, you have a money-back guarantee. Now, this is when you offer a full refund if the promised outcomes are not met. And obviously, this enhances trust, but can also potentially attract non-committed clients. Next, you have money plus cashback guarantee. And this is when clients receive a refund plus a cash bonus if promises are unmet. This is highly compelling for marketing, but can be risky if not managed correctly. I do not advise using this guarantee as a beginner. Next up, we have what I like to call work for free until we do guarantee. And this is where you continue providing services at no extra cost until results are achieved. And this attracts more committed clients, which is what you want, but is challenging to market. Next, we have a pro rata guarantee. And this is when you refund a proportionate amount based on undelivered services. Now, this maintains fairness and protects profit margins without significant drawbacks. Now, for the sake of an example here, let's use the work for free until we do guarantee. The next key element is free value. Now, if you really want to stand out as the go-to agency within your niche, free value is a great way to increase the attractiveness of your offer at relatively low to even no cost to implement. Now, here's what this could look like. You could do lead reactivation campaigns. So you're going to reach out to inactive leads to rekindle their interest and convert them into active clients. You could help them with reputation management. So you can monitor and improve the online reputation of your clients, growing through reviews, ratings, and positive content. You could even offer them a complimentary, simple website to attract potential clients and showcase your capabilities. You could help with free resources. So you could provide valuable resources such as ebooks, templates, guides to demonstrate expertise and build trust. I'm not saying you have to do any of these, but don't sleep on adding these to your offer where relevant. So for this example, let's say we do reputation management. I've chosen this because local business customers tend to make decisions based on reviews. I mean, to be honest, when was the last time you went to a restaurant rated 3 stars or less on Google reviews? Probably never. Now, the final key element of the offer is pricing. And this one is, it's pretty self-explanatory. This is the amount of money that you're going to get paid to deliver your services. Now, as I said before, if you want to know how much to charge a business in a particular niche, just ask yourself, how much money can you make the client in that particular niche? Now, after figuring that out, you can go and structure your offer. So let's say we charge our clients $2,000 for our services in this example. So if we combine all of these components mentioned in the example, the offer will be something like this. So this is the offer, but the way we get our clients' result is by running something called the 90-day lead accelerator system. The way we do this is simple and can be broken down into 3 easy to digest steps. Step 1 is we create authoritative paid online campaigns to collect your leads. Step 2 is we qualify these leads based on your specifications to ensure that they are quote ready and get rid of all the time wasters. Step 3, we book the qualified leads straight into your calendar, so all you have to do is show up and seal the deal. So, what we're promising you is 30 qualified booked appointments with your ideal customers in the next 90 days. And on top of that, we're also going to implement reputation management campaigns, so that way you have a 4.5 plus star rating on Google reviews, making you the top pick for your customers in the area. And the system is just a small investment of just $2,000 per month with a work to result guarantee. Meaning, if there is a case where we do happen to fall short of the promised 30 booked appointments, we pledge to work for free until we make up the difference. So with all that being said, would you be opposed to getting the ball rolling today? So now you already understand the gap. You have crafted your offer with me, but you're looking for one multiplier. The one thing that all the best agencies have in common that will literally determine if you make 10 times or even 100 times as much as your competitors. So listen here. Imagine you have 2 agency owners offering the same service in the same market. The first agency owner struggles to sign clients on a low retainer of $500, but the other agency owner can charge upwards of $10,000 per contract. What is the differentiating factor that allows the second agency owner to charge so much more? The answer, my friend, is how he frames his offer. Now, there's a very common misconception that when an agency owner can't sign clients, it's because the market is flooded or it's been saturated, which is wrong, by the way. Niches do not saturate, offers do. So, your ability to create an offer that's unique in a saturated market will allow you to find blue ocean markets and ultimately sign an abundance of clients because your offer resonates with the audience. Let's say, for example, you charge $100 to edit clients' videos. At this stage, you're just a commodity compared to if you're charging higher ticket prices but position yourself as a retention specialist. In this case, nothing has changed about your service. You're still offering video editing, but this time you ensure that clients' viewers stay on their video 3 times longer than other agencies can achieve. So now you've been put into a position where you're able to say, if 1,000 people watch the video until the end where your client pitches his products, an increase in retention will most likely result in a higher amount of sales for the company. So if you can get 1,000 viewers to stay until the client pitches his product, compared to an agency that can only get 300 people to stay, you will be able to charge 3 times more because you kept 3 times as many eyeballs. And as I said, you're offering the same service. Level 3, craft your $10,000 offer. So now that you know the gapped concept and how your offer leverages it, the types of offers, the key 7 traits of an irresistible offer, and the key components that every offer must include, you are set to make those $10,000 offers a reality. This knowledge I shared with you today allows you to convert more clients and get paid more. And to ensure that you get it right, I've gone ahead and built a fill-in-the-blank worksheet that you can customize to create your perfect offer. It's honestly really easy to use, and you can find the link in the description. Make sure you download it because it's the same that other students have used to make tens of thousands of dollars. Now, the ball's in your court. You have the right tools to create $10,000 offers, and all that separates you from reaching your goals is just a little bit of work. And as always, I'll be watching from afar, and I'm rooting for you.